A bloodbath tonight in the rural town of Chinook.
Everyone here is hiding a secret.
4 more victims found scattered.
Some worse than others.
I came as fast as I could. I'm Deputy Ruth Vogel.
And soon, my quiet life will never be the same.
Realm presents a 30 Ninjas production, Chinook, starring Kelly Marie Tran and Sanaa Lathan. Listen to Chinook wherever you get your podcasts.
Don't you love it when you find a new podcast you really like? Well, let me recommend one. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm Mike Carruthers, the host, and in every episode, you'll hear fascinating information that will make your life better from top experts. Recently, we've done episodes on why you have the personality you do, the science of luck, and the psychology of a restaurant menu. You're going to like Something You Should Know. We have literally thousands of 5-star reviews. Look for Something You Should Know wherever you get your podcasts.
Follow along on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Find us at Toddcast Podcast.
Well, thank you again for coming out, supporting live music, the Toddcast Podcast. Blue Light Sessions, of course, summertime for opening up the night. As we move along to the headliners tonight, Dusknote. Thank you for coming and playing for the podcast tonight, guys. And I think I just want to kind of start the same way, even though, of course, I do know you, Adam, from Ninja Spy. And this is kind of we talked about Ninja Spy playing for the podcast. And, you're like, yeah, maybe like a 4-6 months kind of thing and kind of get the boys ready. And I was like, okay, no problem. And maybe 3-4 months later, I was like, hey, how's it going? And you're like, I haven't fucking done anything. I'm like, yeah, fair enough. And you're like, dude, I still want to, like, because I can't remember what show it was, but after the show here, you were like, dude, I love the theme of the night. I love how they interview and like how engaging and all that. And it's just a totally different night. Let's do something with Dusknote. And I was like, hell yeah, dude, if you've got another band, let's fucking go. And then you sent me all your music and I was like, oh, okay, interesting. It's not what I was expecting from knowing you from Ninja Spy. Right. So Adam, how long have you known everyone in Dusknote?
So, let me just quickly introduce the band. We got Dan Ponich on guitar and keys.
Dan.
Keegan Scott on bass.
Keegan.
And Connor Mead on drums.
Connor.
It's been kind of a revolving door. There's been like people coming in and out, hiring different bass players, different drummers. So it hasn't always been this lineup, but I have to say that.
Do you feel this is the lineup now?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay,
it's
that's
definitely
cool.
sort of. I think the best that we've sounded in a while. So,
okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And so was this just sort of a need to, I don't know, fucking scratch an itch, so to speak? Like if you guys don't know his other band, Ninja Spy, it is super aggressive. It's very, it's so catchy, rhythmic, original. Heavy, pummeling.
I could see how, it's like, okay, because so most people, historically I'm a freelance drummer or a metal drummer in Ninja Spy, and
right,
anybody who this project might seem like a total curveball,
sure,
because it's like, well,
for people who know you,
and it's kind of there's a long answer there, but my whole life I've loved singing. You could argue that I loved singing and playing guitar before I was a drummer, but there were always projects that kept me drumming, and I had an amazing career as a drummer, and I've played in over 30 countries around the world, and so many amazing opportunities that I would never trade for anything. But I got to a point where I was like, you know what, it's time for something different, and I've always wanted to do this, and.
So it does scratch a bit of an itch then.
It was definitely definitely an itch that needed to be scratched, and some songs that I thought were good. Honestly, that's kind of what I started to gain some confidence in my songwriting, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put these out there. So, finding a band is kind of the next toughest step. But
okay. Yeah. The Dave Grohl, Adam Parent of Vancouver's music scene.
Yeah, maybe.
I kid. Okay, so what did you want to start us off with?
We're going to start with a song called "Better Than You." It was one of our first releases on Spotify, and it sort of touches on the music industry and how it's kind of a cruel joke how we have artists that are like some of the most sensitive people who are so vulnerable in sharing the deepest parts of themselves with not only the public but with other artists, and you try to network and you try to make friends and sidle up to artists that you also admire. And especially in today's world with social media, there's a lot of comparing yourself to other people that you admire or people that are doing things that you want to do. And
Kind of hard not to.
Yeah, it can be pretty toxic, right? So there's this like, oh, he's better than me or she's better than me or,
Right.
you know, and the point of this song is that I think collectively, you know, human beings are above that. We don't need to compare to each other to, you know, find our true value, and social media is not helping. But
No, it's definitely not.
but that's what the song's about.
I love the message. All right, it's Dusknote. It's the Toddcast Podcast Blue Light Sessions.
There are no worries at all in my head, in my thoughts, my head, in my thoughts. There is no weakness at all in my step, tripping over my step, tripping over. Feeling the weight of it all in my hands, in my shoulders, my hands in my shoulders. It doesn't matter at all to you if I'm better than you. Yeah, you, if she's better than you. Yeah, you, if she's better than you, we're better than that. Feel like I'm down for the kill. I'm done for I started. I'm done for I started. What do you want from me now? My best interest. My best interest. I'm good at cutting you out till out and down, down, out and down. Am I as good as you now? Yeah, you. Am I better than you? Thank you guys so much.
Yeah. Adam's waiting on that crash.
Connor,
That's coming. That's not coming.
You left me hanging.
It's not coming, man. It's not coming.
There it is.
This Dusknote here at the Toddcast Podcast, Blue Light Sessions. Yeah, so I mean, literally, there's so many things I want to ask, and it's like, well, what direction I want to go in?
My favorite color.
Probably not that, because that's pretty awesome. But I do know, I do want to know, I guess, from each band member, like, what was the music in your house as a kid growing up, and why did you travel down this path?
I mean, my mom's here, but they never really, like, I hear some people like, oh, my dad, yeah, give it up for my mom.
Nice. Yeah. What's up, Mom? Thanks for coming.
Yeah. They never, like, some kids say, oh, my dad sat me down and made me listen to the Beatles. Like,
Mom's on my bar tab from the rest of the night, by the way.
Careful.
So bring it. Let them know, Toddcast.
Yeah, so my parents never really, like, directly influenced what I listened to. I remember listening
But what were they playing? They had to.
I remember getting like Tom Petty was one of the
Okay.
first, Full Moon Fever. I was air drumming to that when I was 5 or whatever. That's one of my first, like, oh, I like music. memories.
Okay, Petty. Sure.
Fine Young Cannibals, Paul Simon, just great songwriters.
Right.
And then, of course, my older brother Joel took us down a gnarly heavy metal hardcore road.
It was Joel, yeah?
Yeah, it was definitely Joel. Because I'm not like, that's another thing is like I played in a metal band for years. I toured with one of the members of the Misfits, a punk legend, but I like heavy music, but I'm not, clearly not a metalhead, right?
Sure. Well, you are.
Yeah.
There's
I'm not though.
other-
I don't really listen to heavy music like that much these days, right? Like,
Oh, really, eh?
But I listen to everything. I've always listened to everything, jazz, classical.
Sure.
I don't know.
If it's good, it's good. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. So around the band, sorry, I can't remember your name. Keegan.
My family, my parents weren't very musical either.
Really? Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, it's.
My dad did have was the band of Mr. Social Club record.
Oh, okay. All right. Sure. And you remember that well. What was your first concert?
I want to say Finger 11.
Finger 11 from Burlington. Yeah. Nice. They were the Rainbow Butt Monkeys prior to being named Finger
My
11.
first concert was Weird Al Yankovic.
Was it Weird Al? Really? And I hear that he does an amazing show. Like, you're not going to expect Weird Al to come out and just absolutely blow your mind, but he does.
So good.
Yeah, okay. What did you grow up around, Dan?
My mom's house. Sorry, I love you. Here, there's a lot of Enya.
Oh, okay. Gonna have the weirdest cover tonight. So Orinoco Flow is coming up on the Dusknote set list tonight.
My uncle is actually here, who crossed provinces just to be here.
You know, that's amazing that I've talked to multiple people covering Canada to come tonight.
Really cool music taste. So he had lots of like Depeche Mode.
Oh, okay. So when you'd visit him, you like get a taste of just how cool Uncle is.
Yes. But I also remember growing up, there was a Shaggy CD in the car.
Sure.
And
He's practicing Wasn't Me. He's coming up. That's the cover tonight. It was Shaggy Wasn't Me.
really cool with Depeche Mode.
That's awesome. That's great. So your uncle kind of opened the doors a little bit to the musical world for you then a little bit. That's great, man. And what did you grow up around?
My dad and I were rocking out to Nickelback for...
There you go.
And that was my first concert as well.
No shit. Nickelback was your first show.
That was a great time.
Did you watch the special on Netflix? Wow. I've watched it with my two kids, and
All the music, oh my God, Connor. It's so good.
it is so good. And being a Vancouver radio DJ in a station that he would his band would get played on, like there was a point where Chad Kruger would be calling me and being like, "Hey, can I quickly send you a version of this new song we're working on? I want to hear how it sounds on the radio." And I'd be like, "Yeah." So he'd send me something through Todd Hancock at cfox.com or whatever it was, and I would play, and he'd go into his car. He'd be like, "Give me a 10-minute countdown," and fucking whatever. I'm like, "Holy fucking Chad Kruger from Nickelback's calling me," and blah blah blah. And he would want to hear how the song sounds. You ever hear a story like that? He'd want to hear how the song sounds through a radio station sitting in his car, right? Because ultimately,
Must be nice.
Right? Ultimately, that's where you're gonna want to find out does this work or not? Yeah. Well, that's cool. That's cool. Adam, what's next on?
Next song we're gonna play is called One Word. Don't ask me what it's about, because
I will not then.
Yeah. I don't know if I could tell you. It's like a really old, one of those really old songs that you like.
It's like one of the first of this
Yeah.
of this band. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a good.
Sweet.
One, it's good.
All right. It's One Word. It's Dusknote here at the Toddcast Podcast Blue Light Sessions.
try something else. Oh, oh, oh. Any other this. Oh, oh, oh. Two words keep each other company. They smile and enjoy the rain. They're known to the numbers and led to the letters and spell out the name of the game. Oh, oh, oh. Had enough of this. Oh, oh. Think I'll try something else. Oh, oh, oh. Try something else. Oh, oh, any other this. Oh, 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 any other this. Oh, 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 any enough of this.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Dusknote here, the Toddcast podcast, Blue Light Sessions. You know, my kid, my oldest kid, he's 14. He goes, "What are they like?" So I played some music, and he goes, so, "Like what's that called? Like what's the genre?" I'm like, "I don't know. What is the genre?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Indie rock." I think it's indie rock and meets like surf rock. Do we have a surf rock scene here in Vancouver? Is that happening?
I would say, you know, I think about Vancouver is there's like any given genre, there's a handful of bands.
Yeah.
Doing, you know.
Would you say surf rock though? Because I was like, oh.
I mean, I can't say that
like,
I listen to surf rock and I'm like, that's the kind of music I want to make.
Sure.
But it's kind of interesting when you like listen to music, you're like, that's the kind of music I want to make, and then you try and it sounds nothing like that. You know what I mean? So,
but I think also at the same time, like over the years, that term has changed, man. Because back in the day, Beach Boys were surf rock. Right, yeah. So for my kid who is, 14 in 2024 to go like that's surf rock, like holy, like comparing basically to the Beatles, like that's
there's definitely
for
some,
me.
like,
I was like, that's interesting, man.
Yeah. Like if you have a song, or like if you have a handful of songs with a specific guitar tone, even if the riffs and the music itself is not surf rock, like if you have that tone, it's going to be like
you have that tone
leaning towards that, right? So
yeah. Adam, what's the coolest birthday present you've ever gotten?
Oh, that's actually kind of an easy one. My stepdad, Jason.
Yeah.
We were at Ninja Spy, was on tour across Canada one year. I think I was 25 or something. And he surprised me in Montreal with a fucking 30-inch gong.
That's great.
That he went to Long and McQuaid. I can't remember where he sourced it from, but
like a la Bonham, like
and we ended up on a bunch of tours. I had like a I don't know if it was like custom welded or whatever, but we had like a stand.
Yeah.
That I would use it on stage every night. I would do this like epic, Danny Carey film, and I would try to whip out the gong mallet at the end.
That's great.
And yeah, so that's probably my most epic birthday present. Thank you, Jason.
I love that he's here too as well. I like to take a bow. You're welcome. Is everyone ready to sing? Everyone? Because Keegan, over on bass, is celebrating his birthday tonight. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Keegan. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Happy birthday, buddy. Thanks for playing on your birthday. What's next on the set, guys? I might have one more question and I'll deke out, but what's up right now?
This song is unreleased. It's kind of
It's
kind of an oddball tune, but it's quickly becoming, I think, one of our collective sort of favorites to play because it's like
it's new and it's like
it's just different. Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Hot air balloon. It's about hot air balloon.
Yep.
It is about desires.
Hot air balloon about desires.
I know that's kind of like
I love it. So this is
but
you haven't played this too many times live?
No, I think we've played it a handful of times. Maybe.
Nice.
We just started playing it.
All right. Well, it's a new Dusknote here at the Toddcast Podcast, Blue Light Sessions.
might scare. You're laid there for the world to see. Oh, hot air, burning in hell. Oh, might scare. You're laid there for the world to see. You're laid there. You're laid there. You're laid there. You're laid there for the world to see. Everything I wanted came to lose. Dancing with the chances, can't pay and choose. Nothing's gonna fill my heart. Everything I wanted came true. Dancing with the chances, can't pay and choose. Nothing's gonna fill my
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Seriously, thank you so much.
I love it. You're like, close that rate down. Rate down. So what's next? Like, how far do you work Dusknote in advance? Like, are you into 2025 yet? No. Is there?
I mean, in terms of like things,
booking shit or like cross Canada
nothing
tours
booked, but it's
or like making albums and stuff.
Yeah, there's an album in the works,
Yeah.
sort of like releasing single by single, and
Sure.
then all of those collective singles will be on an upcoming album.
Yeah.
TBD, but you know, it's one step at a time.
Yeah, well, I mean, over the years, of course, that's changed, right? Like, you'd want to release an album or release an EP, and there'd be a couple, 2-3 songs or whatever. But now, like, it doesn't really matter if you release an EP, as long as you're releasing music for your fans. Like, does it matter if it's in an EP form and an LP? Like, it really doesn't.
I think
matter.
it does. I I hear some bands saying like albums don't matter anymore, but
Well,
it's-
I mean, yeah. Hey,
You
far
know?
from me to say. I mean, I guess it. I said it doesn't matter, but it doesn't really matter. But fuck that. I want an LP.
But I think that like, okay, releasing music as singles, obviously you're getting more bang for your buck. There's momentum, algorithms, all of that stuff. But
Sure.
in terms of a consumer and like, you don't remember a band. Well, I guess my opinion is different because I listen to music. It's very important to me. So
Right.
albums changed my life.
Right.
You know, certain records changed my life.
Yeah, same.
I can't say that,
I think that
one song has never changed my life. Albums
No.
have changed my life.
Albums.
That's
and
something that will never
albums-
change.
Albums, artists, and bands have changed lives for sure. Right, and unfortunately, over the years, it's changed from like, you know, for me as a kid, I used to like, you know, that my mom had a hassock. You pull it up, and there's a bunch of LPs, and I'd sit at this huge, you know, stereo that had this LP player, but it had an 8-track as well. And I put super gentle, put the needle down, and you'd hear the hiss, and like open up the liner notes and see where it was produced and who produced it, where it was produced. Read all of the lyrics as you're listening to Billy Joel's Glass House or whatever it was, Fleetwood Mac, Rumors. You know what I mean? And like, do you feel like as a performers now, like, does that bug you that it doesn't exist like that now?
I mean,
or does it for your fans? Like,
it is what it is, man. Like you can't let the status quo bother you as an artist because
Sure.
you know what I mean. It's like you just have to keep making, keep
That's-
doing your thing and releasing it however you see fit.
Sure.
Kind of the nice thing now is there's no rules. There's absolutely no rules to what you can or can't do or how you can or can't release something, or you know what I mean.
Right.
We have way more options now, which is maybe a good thing.
Yeah, you have more options. You have more bands and stuff, and there's more saturation. But yeah, you're right. You know what? It doesn't truly matter, I guess, in that regard. Yeah. but super be nice if.
Who's going to release half a song first, you know?
Totally, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's TikTok.
Right. Yeah, sure. There you go.
Follow up on some of those TikTok songs. You're like, that was a fucking terrible song.
Right.
That was a really good 10 or 15 seconds of a song. But that song in total, in its entirety, was terrible.
No, but you're not wrong. I think they said somewhere attention spans are getting shorter and shorter. People only want 15 seconds.
That's what they want.
Right,
Yeah. That's why when I put out a fucking hour and 10-minute podcast, I'm like, well, fucking here's how it goes, I guess.
But that's a crazy thing because podcasts are so wildly popular,
Right.
but they're these long format conversations, but they're so informative, and it's really a blessing that people, you know, people have an outlet to like sit with an hour-long conversation and, you know,
totally
work on their attention span, so to speak.
Yeah, that's big time. All right, Adam, I'm bowing out. Thank you, man, for playing. Thank you guys for playing tonight. Wrap up your set how you like. Ladies and gentlemen, Dusknote.
This song's also unreleased. It's kind of a different jam. Thank you, guys.
I know I said I wasn't going to jump on again, but I want to real quick. That reminded me of a band called 07. Do you remember those guys? A band called 07? And a little bit like Morchiva a bit as well.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
that's very cool, man. That's great song. Great song.
Basking in a layer blanket, warm and rich. Yes, you deserve it. Not just one thing can overdo it, but all the days they end with wait. Yearly, monthly, weekly, daily, I've been working, I've been waiting by the hour, by the minute, big surprise and I'm caught in it. I'm just trying to learn to take a break. Counting down to a draw, looking up, how I'm gonna draw out the next phase. It's only days away. I can't seem to face the day. Caught up in the festivities, falling prey to proclivities. Trace yourself in all the ways, then beat yourself up the next day. I'm just trying to learn to take a break. Yearly, monthly, weekly, daily, I've been working, I've been waiting by the hour, by the minute, big surprise and I'm caught in it. Treat yourself in all the ways, then beat yourself up the next day. I'm just trying to learn to take a break.
You guys have been amazing. Thank you so much for coming. We have an insane amount of family from out of town. We got family from New Zealand who landed like hours ago. Family from Winnipeg. Family from Fredericton. Family, where else we got? Oh, wow. Fort Saskatchewan. Yeah. We got a lot of feedback as well, which is nice. I lost my pick. Good eye. Yeah, we got one more song for you guys. Thank you so much for having us. Find your weakness, find your way. Don't be beaten by the day. In the moment, facilitating the vendor of your dreams. Skin is work and strings I play. Something lost and something gained. Sit around and find a way. Rendering your dreams. Dan Ponich on guitar, everyone. Find your weakness, find your way. In the moment, facility. Skin is work, strings I play. Sit around and find a way, rendering your Can't stop it, can't face it, erase it. I'm trying to listen to reason. They're the weakness, they're the way, they're the pixels of the day. They're the moments facilitating the vendor of your dreams. Kicking skin for calm with me, throw them out at the end of the day. Soaking down with nothing to see, rendering your dreams. Can't stop it, can't face it, erase it. I'm trying to listen to reason. I hear it, I'm near it, no clear. You guys have been an incredible audience. Thank you. Thank you so much. We're called Dusknote. Please follow us online.
The Toddcast Podcast. Find us on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and at toddhancock.ca.
Talmor, Sheshin Marachi. Talmor is my home. My family have worked the land for generations. My gran says the island does not belong to us, but we belong to the island. And we must be ready, for a great evil is coming, and death follows with it.
Listen and subscribe to the latest season of Undertow, The Harrowing, a Storyglass production presented by Realm, available wherever you get your podcasts.
Contained herein are the heresies of Radolf Buntwine, erstwhile monk turned traveling medical investigator. Join me as I study the secrets of the divine plagues and uncover the blasphemous truth that ours is not a loving God, and we are not its favored children. The heresies of Radolf Buntwine, wherever podcasts are available.
I'm Laura Cathcart-Robbins, and I'm the host and creator of Only One in the Room podcast. Every week, my co-host Scott Slaughter and I invite you to join us for an hour and lose yourself in someone's incredible Only One story. We talk to the realest of real people, dealing with issues like infertility, addiction, human trafficking, and body shaming. Oh, and we want to be fair, so we talk to some celebrities too. Oscar winners, New York Times bestselling authors, supermodels, and even the most decorated U.S. Winter Olympian. Everyone is invited to share their Only One story with our listeners. This podcast is for anyone who has ever felt alone in a room full of people, which is to say that this podcast is for everyone. Download Only One in the Room wherever you listen to podcasts today.